morning, traders. Welcome to the daily webinar. Just a reminder to all the YouTube viewers who are seeing this, this is our daily webinar that I do every single day for my traders. We're sharing it free for the last 4 weeks. And this is the last week. It's free in general, the daily webinar. After this week, I will do 2 or 3 webinars a week, which would be in YouTube. So if you want to get it, I don't know when, what day, what time of the week it will be out there. So if you want to get it as soon as it's out there, because these videos that I do are valid for only about 24, 48 hours. After that, the structure changes and the validity of the trade is no longer there. So if you want to get it in time and you want to make sure that you can make use of it and it will help you in your trading or your analysis or whatever purpose you're using it for. If you want to get it, you want to subscribe and you want to set the notification to get the when it's posted, to get that notification immediately. Because some trades will be valid only for a couple hours. And after that, it's no longer valid. So if you like it, you would like to have a heads up and you want to do that, right? So let's go. And you want to share it to other people, please. If you like it, please share it. The more of you share it, the more people will get it, and then they will decide if they like it and they can share it as well. So let's start dollar index. Dollar index, as we said, you may want to go back and watch a long-term one. There was a high probability for it to come back here. Again, remember, we said that when it was going up, when all the traders were saying, oh, this thing is trending up and it's not going to go down back, it's going to go back, it's going to go to heaven. And the reason we said that is because we're looking for specific patterns. So is it going to go all the way to this level? Again, we cannot confirm that. Based on wave analysis, there's no confirmation and no one should be able to confirm that. But very soon we will be able to confirm that depending on what happens anywhere between this area. It's either going to turn and go back up. We would look at this as a running flat. That's one possibility. The second possibility is it's going to correct to the upside. Somewhere here it starts correcting, or somewhere here it starts correcting to the upside, starts correcting, and we will confirm the downside. Once that correction is made, we will confirm the downside because now we have enough information to confirm the downside. So can this turn and go back up? Very, very likely. Is it going to turn right now? We don't know that. Remember what I said yesterday. We will continue to sell these flags. So if we get another flag here, we will continue to sell it. It's as it goes lower, selling these flags become higher risk, right? There are a number of things we would look for to decide, okay, do we want this flag now? Right now at this moment, I don't think you want this flag. One of the things I will share with you, it's a little secret, so you can take it, is the size of the impulse as you're getting the flags. When that impulse starts to get shorter and shorter and shorter, you know that you're about to turn. It doesn't mean you're turning up to the upside. You could be just turning up for a bigger correction and then drop. But that's one of the clues that the momentum in the chart is dying out and you're going to either have a bigger correction or you're going to turn. I hope that helps you because that's a big secret, right? So what you're going to be looking for, you can see the momentum is dying out here. So I think right now we would either get the bigger correction today, tomorrow, or we're going to get the reversal. Which is it? We don't know. Reversal means coming back to break the top. Bigger correction means not breaking the top, but making a bigger correction here for downside. Both of those are actually buy setups. The bigger correction and the reversal are buy setups. One is short-term and one is long-term. You would never know which one it is. It's just not possible for you to know which one it is, at least not now. But as it's developing, you would know that. And that's where wave analysis comes in. We can tell very early, okay, this is just a correction for downside. Or this might be the long trade to the upside, so let's stay with it. Right? And the strategy you're going to use to trade it, which we don't discuss here. That's only for the group and in our trading room. The strategy you're going to use to trade it will determine whether you get out of the trade or whether you stay with the trade. So let's go. We're looking for a sell setup here. And again, just to remind you, once we got that impulse, remember what I said, I want a deeper correction and we'll be looking for sell setups. Well, we sold it yesterday and closed it for a very small profit or break even, as I would call it. And we're looking for a sell again today. I'm considering this a small correction and downside. Now, again, we can't confirm the downside as yet. This might just be a deeper correction, go back up and still drop. But we will manage the trade at least for profit or break even again. Gold very similar, but gold is confirming more of a flat looking pattern because it came very high. So this could come only to about this level and still go back up. See, the structure of gold and silver is different on the pattern. So because of that, we're not looking for a sell on the gold as yet. We're looking for a sell on the silver. So if they all drop, we get the silver trade. If they come here, if they come just for the correction, oh sorry, if they come just for the correction and go back up, we will still get a silver trade, but it might be a break-even trade. And then we would look for a buy on the gold and a buy on the silver. The buy on the gold would be the better option. Euro. Again, you can see we have buy setups, but again, you have to be careful. So if you took this buy today, you want to close that trade and wait, because this running flat is still pretty much valid for now. We haven't got a deeper correction to negate the running flat pattern. Can it go back down one more? Absolutely. We discussed that in yesterday's webinar and the webinar the day before and all of that. And remember again when this was going down. Go back and look at the webinar at this point. See this one? Find that date, look at the webinar. Remember what I said. This pattern here will have to give us a move like this to the upside. Minimum. That's the minimum requirement of a running flat. So now, is it going to go down? Or do we get a correction here and we go up? We'll have to wait and see. Pound. Yesterday, we considered a buy on the pound. I don't think today, if you bought it today, there was a buy here this morning, but we didn't. I didn't think we didn't take it because of the same reason that I told you. The impulses are getting shorter, and that means it's ending there. So I would only look for a buy here if we get a very deep correction. That will give us a good risk to reward. Most likely, we're looking for a sell. Let me repeat. We're looking for a sell on the longer term picture. So when this came down, remember we weren't buying at the top there. We were selling, and then it dropped. The sell was not profitable. It didn't go where we wanted it to come here. It didn't go there. So you got a break-even trade or a few small, very small profit or small break-even trades. So what you're looking for is, can it come today? Well, yes, sure. If we get an impulse down here and we get a flag, we will definitely be selling. Right? We would be looking for a structure like this and then the continuation. Let's see if we get that. Aussie. We are buying Aussie. We bought it yesterday. As a matter of fact, some of us closed it for break-even, some of us for a small loss. Well, small loss, 6 pips. So it's relative small loss, right? Because we took it here and it dropped. So we wait for it to pull back and we close the trade. And we will always do that when you have a situation. We're looking for a buy setup again. The only time we look for a sell on this is if it actually drop like this and make a flag. Then we'll consider the retest of the low. It will still be up structure. The structure is still upside. It will not change the structure. If this comes here, we're still going to go back up, right? So the only thing is, would this be a deeper correction and then go? Or is it going to retest the low and then go? We will look for sell setups when we get sell setups. There are no sell setups. And if there are no sell setups, I'll continue to put buy entries onto it, right? Even if I have to close 4 buy entries for 6 pips minus, no problem. The next one that you get will give you about 500 pips. Right, or 200 pips, and that will cover the 6 pips you lost. The 30 pips you lost, you'll get it back. So basically, if you're looking at that, take the trade. We took this trade and that was profitable, right? I think we were looking for a trade here. Some of my traders took that one. That's break even. We took this one. That's 6 pips lost, and then we will take this one again if it goes today. New Zealand. I said yesterday we're not buying in New Zealand, even though we are looking at it, because this structure is not giving us a clear confirmation of upside like Aussie. Aussie is very clear confirmation. This one is not clear. I would not be surprised if this comes back here. Again, break the low, and then go back up. Now we will have confirmation of an up pattern. We don't have that. We're still in the middle of a consolidation, so we'll wait for any trade setups that might go. Swiss came down lower. So we're looking for the possibility that it could have made a bigger flat like this, but I think that is already out because this one has come very deep and they're attempting to break this structure. So if we get a consolidation here, we'll be looking for sell setups to retest the low. If today or tomorrow or whenever this thing turns, it reverses and give a flag, we will buy. Now, I don't think this is going to happen because this is a sharp move. So 2 things could happen right now. One is it's going to make a consolidation here and we drop. The next one is going to make a move like this, come back here, make a bigger correction in this one, and then go. So this would probably take you a long while, but we can trade in this if that starts to happen. So if this turns today, we would look for buy setups, not sell setups, but buy setups. See, if we see this turning, we will go for the buy setups. Right now, that's not happening as yet. See, they're making small flags. This could end up being a smaller flag. I don't think the small flags are worth selling now. Because if you sold this, you probably got out here. If you sold this, you probably want to consider closing it already. Because it's starting to do this. And well, not as yet, but if it starts to do this, then you might get a bigger move up and start to do this. Or you get a bigger consolidation and start to do that. We don't have any clue of any one of that is happening as yet. Yen, we're looking for a sell on the yen. The reason we're looking for a sell on the yen is because this move down is really sharp. It's much bigger than this one. I don't think it's a bigger consolidation. We told you yen has one more possibility of going down. If this running flat plays out, it could retest the low. And it's coming down really sharp. So if it is going to retest the low, we want that trade. All right, I told you some of my traders sold it there. They're doing well. That was a good trade. Now if this moves, we want this trade. This does not look like it's going to reverse from this point. So it will either be a bigger consolidation or it's going to drop. Right? It's not structurally the way the Swiss is looking. CAD came down a little more. And some of my traders took this trade. They got out for break even as well because this went quite a lot from where they took it. It's coming down again a little more. We broke this low now, which is what we wanted it to do. It broke it yesterday, breaking it again. If we get a buy setup today again, we'll take it. We don't have any buy setups. If we get a sell setup today, which is something like this, we may consider that for one more impulse down, something like this. Just one impulse or one impulse, one more impulse, and you'll take the profit. Because tendencies is going to go up. But if we do get a buy setup, we will take it. All buy setups in the CAD we will take. Simply because of the consolidation we're getting in this zone. Is the probability for the upside is higher than the probability for the downside. The yen probability for the downside is higher than the upside. So sells on the yen is absolutely, we're going to take it. If the yen goes up, we'll look for buy setups afterwards, not today. But if all is going up, we will buy the CAD. If everything is going down, we will sell the yen. Pretty simple. Aussie Swiss. We're looking for a short-term sell setup. I think this can make a bigger correction and then go. So we'll see whether the bigger correction is going to drop for a bigger impulse and then probably do this. Or are we going to retest the low? I don't think there's need to retest the low. So I'm looking more for a bigger correction. Maybe a drop like this. See these where they drop sharp, like drop like this and then go back up. So we could get a nice short trade here. That's what we're looking for. Aussie Yen. Aussie Yen went up. Perfect. Yesterday. It came down, which means we're in a consolidation. I think this will consolidate here. You can start to see this going back up here. I think we're going to get one more like this. Here is a good example. 1, 2, 3. I'm not taking the smaller ones. I'm taking the bigger one because we're making a bigger one here. And like I told you, this is a buy. This is a buy. Once they go up and give us a flag, we will buy. Now, can we trade within this? Can we trade within this zone? I mean, buys and sells. If the risk to reward is there, we can. And right now where it is, there's no risk to reward in any trade. Aussie CAD consolidating. So we'll see this was a buy. If you go up, some of our trades took it close. You could close it anywhere here. You wouldn't get the profit you were looking for because it didn't take off. But we can look for a trade again today. We'd look for a buy here today again. My traders will have to look at that. Or this could become a bigger consolidation. I could see this possibility here. Come back here and then go. If we get this would be perfect because we would be going for that. Don't forget that we're in the trading room. Please mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. We're in the open trading room. Thank you. Sorry, my traders didn't realize we were in the trading room right now. So in the trading room, all my traders have their microphone open because we discuss with each other. So my apologies for that. So watch this here. If it comes back here, we will get a bigger pattern for a buy. If this is a small running flat, it doesn't look like a running flat because this move is really slow up. I think we'll have a bigger consolidation like this, like the one we have here. So if we start to get something like this, we'll look for the buy. We're looking for a buy in this. Aussie New Zealand, it keeps going up. Remember I told you when this was coming down. I don't think this is down as yet. We still need to go up, break that top. Not the top, not break the top. Actually, come back up to the top. Not this one, the bigger daily top. Right? We need to come and break this top slightly above and then downside. So it's going up, but like I said, on the 1 hour, you have to have a lot of patience if you're buying it, but it's actually going very nice, right? How much hours from here? I told you if you buy it, you just have to make sure you have the patience to keep it. And it's probably going to do this for the next couple of weeks. If you have the patience, wait for another correction like this or one like this and then buy. Europang. So Europang is correcting. I think we're in some kind of a correction here. It's kind of, we bought this. Remember that? It didn't go well. It come back. We closed the trade. It went back up. We didn't get into anything there. It's coming down. I think this looks more like a sell here today for one more down and then probably up again. Right? See this? That's all. They'll probably give you this trade. We can go with that trade today. If we get that trade today, we'll take it. I think I like it. It's short term. It could happen very fast. You could get in and out of that trade pretty fast. You had a 1, 2, 3 up. You're getting this consolidation. They drop. They'll break the low and then go back up. Breaks the low, you take profit, right? So that is a trade I think we could get. We could get this trade, anticipate this trade here today. Come on. If it doesn't go anywhere, it's just going to go sideways and we'll stay out of it. Euro Yen. Okay, Euro Yen came here. It's not going down as yet, which means that we could be making a little more complex pattern in this piece. They could come here, go back, still break the stop, and then come down. So we will wait and see which one. We don't have a sell setup in it. We're looking for a sell, but we don't have a sell setup, right? If it goes break the top, that will give better chance for us to get into the trade. Sorry, Euro Yen, where was I? Here's the Euro Yen. Let me go back up. Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss didn't go up. It actually came down and it's at this level. I still think this is making some kind of a running flat. So again, today you can wait to see whether we get a flag here and then we can look for a buy. Because this is still a running flat. Even if it drops one more, it still would be an expanding flat. That has not changed structurally yet. And I don't really like this sell setup, and this is it. Here is a good expanding flat. See this? A very nice expanding flat. So if you get a similar one here, look for a buy setup. Euro Oz dropped. It's kind of consolidating. We didn't trade this yesterday. Didn't have any good trade in it, and I don't think they have any good trade in it today. The only thing that might be a good trade is if this starts to actually go back up to this top. If that starts to happen, we could find good trades. So we'll be looking for buy setups here if we get it. I don't see anything buy or sell. It's kind of going sideways. Stay out of it until you get some good setups in it. You're in New Zealand. Okay, so we came down, but we're not going lower. We might be making a bigger consolidation in this piece. So we might still get to this level. Yep, this looks like a big consolidation in the making here. So we might go by there. And then if you get this trade here, just one short trade, because very soon it's going to go back. By the way, you want to really follow us on this one, because there's a very big move coming. Let me just show you guys, right? First, I think this one is going to go back here for a very big correction up to the top there, and then we'll have a big running flat. We might retest this low. Why this low? Somewhere in here before we go back up. There's a big reason for that. A lot of things involving why there. But once it gets here, the move to the upside is going to be huge. So let me see if I can show you that move. This move to the upside is going to be really, really big coming back here, right? That should be a very big move, and it should be as sharp as this move, which means it's going to be really sharp. So you really want to stick around with us, follow us, and we will guide you as to how that will work. And if you don't think that worked, then go to my page and on where I'm banned on TradingView, and you will see this chart. Search for this Euro Yen chart. I think it's a Euro Yen chart. It should be there. And okay, you guys will not see it because it's banned. It says 3,003 pips free. Why did I post that? Some of you might have remembered that there was a 1,001 free pips that was sharing around in TradingView as a scam thing that nobody got. And I complained against it. Nobody believed the thing. And I said, okay, let me show you one that will go and break this top. I said this will go and break that top, and that will give you more than 3,000 pips. See? 3,003. It's 4,000, but I said you can get 3,003 pips out of it. Did it go and break the top? Perfect. Right? But that's not what you're going to get. That's not how you trade it, and that's not what you should tell people. right? When you do that, when you say things like that, you're literally spoiling the market for people who are new and people who don't have knowledge of Forex market and who are trying to learn this stuff, because that looks very, doesn't look very good. So that was my point. And of course, the chart got blocked and a lot of different story happened. You know the whole results of that. So it's coming down and we're going to get this again. Only this time we're going to get it like this one. See, this is the impulse and it might go as sharp as this. I'm going to take this off. And it could go even longer than that because this would be the third impulse to the upside. So keep your eyes on it. It's not so fast. It's not going to happen right now. There's a lot more to happen before that happens. So stick around, follow, and we will go. We'll show you step by step how we do it. I think right now we should get a small trade to the downside. You got this one coming down. That was correct. Take this off. Now you can get this one coming down. A small one to the downside, and then you might start to get that upside. It's very likely that upside is going to start very soon. So let's see if we get this one here first, and then we'll look for the upside of that. EuroCAD, maybe a little more here. There's a small sell setup forming right now here in the 1 hour. We bought this, came back down, break even. There was profit in it, but I don't think anybody took it because we were expecting it to come to the top. So right now this could go break the low, and then we would expect it to go back up. That is if it goes break the low. If it's going to continue to go up, we don't have a buy setup here as yet. Pong Oz came down. Pong Oz, we're looking for a sell. Some of my traders got tagged here and they closed the trade in this area here. I didn't get tagged. So it depends on your broker. It's mostly the broker. Some brokers tag, some brokers didn't tag. If you tag, you take a small loss. The stop was above here. So you close the trade for a loss. Right now it's going sideways. This is kind of showing some sideways here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to do this. But it's not a clear buy setup. Right? You don't have a clear buy setup there. If it was a clear buy setup, we'll take the trade. Pang Yen, we sold it. I sold it. We moved it to break even, and I wanted I saw this profit and I saw this going back up, but I left it to break even because I wanted a longer trade. I'm not trading for the small profit there. They were, I think, about 40 pips. If I remember clearly, at some point they were, they're about 40, yes, 39, somewhere around there. But I did not take that profit, and I'm not taking it. I'd rather take the break-even trade because what we're looking for is if it's going to come back very big to the downside. If it doesn't, then that's okay. That's part of the trading, right? When you're going with this, you rather get out for break-even if it's not going, but don't want to miss the big move if it's going to happen. Right now, they're going slowly up. So there's still a possibility that if this doesn't go higher, if it comes higher to this area, then we'll probably get this up one more. And you can look for this sell as well. Especially if it doesn't break the top and it starts to break here, we will go for the sell again. Right? If it starts to break without breaking the top, we will go for the sell again. So the sell would either come in here or it will come somewhere here on the breakout, and if you get a small flag. Let's see what happens. Right now, if they make a big flat here, then we'll start to look for one more impulse to the upside. Pound New Zealand. This one, I think some of my traders, this was the day before we sold it. We closed that. It didn't go anywhere. It's just going sideways. Just leave it alone because we're in a sideways move here. See this? We're in a big sideways move, but it's not going anywhere. So just leave it alone. Eventually, you'll get a sell back to here and maybe back to the top and then downside. So if it comes back to the top here, we'll look for sell setups. If this comes back here, we'll still look for sell setups. The trade is to the downside. Pound Swiss. You might get another buy. There's a buy setup forming here. This did not change from yesterday. It was the same thing. You might get a buy setup. You can take out this entry order, buy it lower, wait for a buy setup, and then we'll get a trade to the upside. I think we can put it here and we might get it much lower depending on where it stops. Right? As it stands right now, this is still consolidating. So this could still do this and come here and do this and then eventually go. So the consolidation is not a trading place. Pound CAD. We didn't put this trade on because it didn't have a complete pattern. So let me take that off. The reason is because this was very sharp down. And this wasn't giving you any kind of flag, or it wasn't, making a 1, 2, 3 consolidation. But if you took the trade, the idea is you can just close the trade now, or you can wait a little more. It's going to come here, close the trade for break even. Right? So we didn't take it because we realized the structure is not supporting what we have for a buy. it could consolidate here. Now I could see them doing this. I could see the possibility of this happening, coming back here and then go. That would be a very nice running flat pattern. So if we get that, then we'll consider the buy. New Zealand yen, we're looking for a sell setup, and the reason is because we think we're going to have a very nice running flat here. As you can see, the possibility for a running flat here. So if we get a sell setup there, we'll go for it today. New Zealand Swiss, nothing much here. It's consolidating. So are they going to come down deeper like this, or is it going to go from here? Actually, if they start to go up, the New Zealand Swiss would be a good buy. But if it's coming down deeper to match, this is a running flat. We'll not sell this as yet. We're selling mostly the New Zealand yen. New Zealand CAD, same thing. It's coming back, so we'll probably find ourselves in a bigger corrective structure. I can actually see this coming back all the way here. And we might get a much bigger corrective structure forming here. This might be a separate one. This might be a separate one of its own. Right? If that happens, we're still looking for the upside. No trade setups in this. CAD yen. Okay, it came down somewhat, but we never got a sell setup. We never got a flag. You're actually getting a buy setup. You're getting this as a buy to break the top. Right? And then we'll see what happens from there. That's a very short trade, because once it breaks the top, it's just going to come back down. CAD Swiss. Yep, remember I said you can start selling this. So it breaks the top. It was going sideways. Now they drop. So if they confirm this as a sell setup, we can sell it from here going down. Right? It's not confirmed as a sell setup as yet. It might consolidate some more today, and then we'll get a sell setup for it. If we get a sell setup there, we'll definitely be selling to the downside here, and then the possible breakout. Swiss yen, stay away from it. Okay, this went, it break the top as I was telling you. From this point here, that they're going to go break the top if you're trading it. Now that you've broken the top, you have to be careful of any flag you're taking. We do have more to go. Let me put in the daily. The daily, we're considering coming back close to this top, but not breaking it. Close to this top without breaking the top. So we're considering getting close to that without breaking the top. So it could go some more. You can look for buy setups. I don't think that top will be broken. So keep your eyes on that. Go back on the 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour. There's still more to go. If you get flags, you can buy. Still a lot more to go to this top. Oil. Okay, there was a sudden drop there, so we might get a bigger correction here now, like this. And get a bigger correction here. And then a buy. UK, same thing. Wait for a pullback and then look for the buy setup. Natural gas going down. We'll probably get some more to the downside here. So if it consolidates here, sell it to this level. This is going up, but you want to be careful of the buys now. If you take a buy, put it to break even and then take the profit off. But all of them. Right, they're still going up, but you have to be careful. Be very careful of the buys because it's curving already. That means momentum is dying out. And there's a good chance every time they do that, they fall. Now, how big would this fall be? We don't know. I think it could be very big, but we'll have to wait and see. DAX dropped. If you sold, you close. If you sold this, that's a very, very good sell. Right? There was a 99% chance that was going to break, and it broke. It didn't go. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to close this right here. And you should have. What is it doing now? Right now, we don't have anything. We'll have to wait some more. Maybe in the next couple hours, we'll have a trade set up. A200, it's going up. Like I said, you're going to get a running flat there. Remember this one? We want one like this to come back here. Give you this, and then the upside. And when it was at the top here, I said, watch it to come back there. Nifty dropped. So Let's see, there was a sell setup this morning, very small one. I still think it's pretty much sideways. So if you got tagged in this, you want to close it. There wasn't enough consolidation for that. But if you got tagged, wait for it to pull back, close it. I still think they're consolidating here. You're getting some kind of consolidation here, and then you might see the drop. So you can get out of that trade for break even if you're tagged. And re-enter. Tesla sideways, so you should get an up move somewhere here. I still think it's one more up. And let's go. What else we have? Amazon coming back down. It's not coming fast enough, so let's wait. I don't think you want to buy it here. There isn't the buy setup. What is SLR doing? It's still going sideways. This one is still more like this. It still looks sideways. We're not changing structurally. Okay, let's see this. This is consolidating, so just stay out of it. Let it consolidate, and then you look for trade setups, right? It's kind of going sideways here. They made a first drop. They'll go back up and then drop again and then go. Reliance. Okay, you might finally get the drop. And if you get the drop, look for sell setups. If you get a drop, look for sell setups. Bitcoin. So we're getting another consolidation here, which might be good for you. You kind of get this one, you get this one, you get that. You probably come back here, and that would be good. That should be another impulse up after the consolidation. So you want to wait for the consolidation and then make that decision. XRP pushing up a little more. So I said you can buy it here to come and break this top. It broke the top. You probably should have taken the profit once it broke the top. So if it broke the top here and you took the profit there, good for you, right? Can this go up some more? Maybe, but I wouldn't keep it that much. As you can see that this trade here would eventually drop. ETH, this is going up some more, but it's going very slow. You had a running flat here. They went up, probably pull back, go again. So I would be careful of the buys at the top there now. They're not, you can see that the chart, the whole chart is losing momentum. LTC, okay, it went above the top here, which is, now we have to be careful, because if we still look at this as a possibility for a flat, they can still come back here. Now, what if they're going to keep going? What would you do? So let's look back at the structure. I don't see any reason why this would not be a running flat. Right? You've got that, you've got this, you go there. Probably come back here and then go. Can it go up more? And would you buy it at that point? I don't know. They could get back higher, yes, because this is a C wave. If you're looking, this is the A, the B, and the C. It could go up higher. It could come back all the way to about this, which should be about 346, somewhere there. Let's see if we have a trade setup. No, not really. So you just have to wait. Not a buy, not a sell. Stay away from it. So okay, I've covered all of those. For like at the end of this week, we'll still do the thing. But for next week and the week in the future, if you guys can suggest what stocks or indexes you want to be in that webinar, because it will be 3 small webinars: one in Forex, one in cryptos, and one on stocks and indexes. So you can, if you can send me, right? Don't post it on YouTube, because I don't read all the comments on YouTube, right? And the comments in YouTube are filtered, so your comments might filter out if you write something derogatory. You don't want that. That is an automatic process. I don't even get anything to do with it, right? So what you want to do is send it direct to me. You have my Skype. It's in the description. So send me the message with all your suggestions of the ones you want, and then we can put it to my group, and the group can decide which ones are the best ones, which they trade as well, and I'll put it out. If there's a lot of suggestions for one specific one, I'll probably add it to that, because we don't have a lot of stocks and indexes that we do. So the webinar would be about 20 minutes only. And so with the crypto, right? I think there's one crypto that was suggested on YouTube. So better send me that suggestion on the Skype. Thank you for being here. Have a good day. Trade with care, and remember, there's impeachment going on, so you don't want to hold trades too long. We don't know what could happen, so don't hold your trades for too long. Get in, get out, take your profit, take small losses if you have to, and just close the trade. The open risk is not worth it. Trade with care. See all of you. Bye-bye.